logical analyzer race today. I am Pixcalibur. I'm tracking by Scoopula, help us keep track of all the items here. Alright, so we got, those logical analyzer can be kind of weird with, what we see here. Base, it's a open 7-7, but what we have, I was thinking just a random assortments of enemies here. Okay, so Uncle with a heart container. Ooh, okay, well that's interesting there. So Lumberjack is... Oh, that's, that looks like a fire rod. Oh boy, well... Pretty decent chance we're gonna need to do AGA 1 for that. Okay, that's always good to find early boots. Kind of get that game underway. It's never good when you have to go through an entire seed just walking through everything. It's actually good to get some early safeties. Extra hearts are never going to hurt. And I think we just found the Sank heart in the back of Blind's house there. Yeah, but getting a few extra heart containers never going to hurt in this mode because you just don't know what you're facing on really any of these screens. Okay, nice bottle in the bunk rocks. It's a stick kid routed in there. Well, okay, some more health, so we'll take it. Alright, more cash. And yeah, you can see some of these rooms can get a little bit weird. I mean, that's not the worst that could have been. I mean, sometimes you get a bunch of Lionels or other stuff in there that I'm like, wait, this is not a safe room to go through anymore. So is just gonna... Interesting, taking a fish, turning that into get some supplies, actually. A full magic refill there. Ooh, okay, so... Nice early Moon Pearl there. And boots are basically free. Those are just in Lost Woods, drop down. Alright, so now Homebreaker's gonna get this extra check with the bottle, and ooh, okay, so got the actual game underway here. Sword and boots. Yeah, so Homebreaker is also going to be taking the fish. Get like it looks like just free refill on your supplies there. I saw like bomb drops as well. Alright, so the dam with a free mirror. Okay, so don't have to worry about death warping. Alright, welcome to SpeedGaming party rating with a big rate of 120. And we're just underway in game 1 of this match between So and Homewrecker, Logical Enemizer. So picking up a bow on the dried up dam. Alright, so mini Mordor Cave. This is it's gonna be a little bit annoying for So. You don't have that sword. Gonna have to. Oh, there we go. So mini Mordor Cave. Ooh, okay, lamp. That's actually very good to get in this mode. And given Fire Rod is on Lumberjack, that's probably going to be required, so you're good to get this out of the way. So we got a map check. It looked like all crystals in the light world. Desert being a red crystal. So both runners really doing much the same thing at this point. So going for, actually gonna go for Fake Flipper into Hobo. Let's see, okay, Island with nothing. Hobo, nope, just a heart piece. And so in chat, Aga for Dark World access. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing here because since Fire Rod is on Lumberjack, you know, I mean, they almost have access anyway. Just need another sword or cape. Ooh, so the Waterfall Fairy, that's quite the jackpot right there. Hammer and silvers. So runners are definitely going to want to see stuff like, you know, Vitreous, which is going to be basically easy pickings now. And I'm wondering on So's end, did the Zora just get despawned? Oh, and that's not a good thing there. Need to get that. Oh, this is kind of a little bit annoying for So's end there. I wonder if it just too many enemies on the screen there. Oh boy, no, that's not good. Yeah, I wonder if we may have to go in and out. Okay, so Meyer has green pendant. And ooh, Homewrecker getting some good stuff here. So that is Master Sword and Blue Mail. Okay, so Soul was able to get that hook shot. Yeah, I think it may have just been too many sprites on the screen. It just managed to despawn the Zora, the King Zora. That's kind of weird. I'm trying to recall what Homewrecker's missing. I don't think he's done the dam yet. I think he went straight for Mini Moldorp. Yeah, because the dam has both Mirror and the other bow. Well, both runners in Eastern. We do have logical Aga access. At least Homewrecker does. So's gonna need to do Bonk Rocks to get that bottle. To get the other sword from Sick Kid. Alright, so I think they already found all the items in this place. There was a couple of red rupees and that mushroom. So I don't think we know... You know, we don't have map or compass, so we don't know what's on... what this boss is. I mean, yeah, that room just has a lot of trash in it there, and... Oh, okay, well, I can't do anything about that, boss. Oh, that's gonna suck if, yeah, we don't have Bombos. I mean, Fire Rod is on Lumberjack, so... And, Homewrecker, I'm not sure what happened there. He kind of got stuck on the side there. I don't know if he soft-locked himself there a little bit. Oh, yeah. So, I haven't seen that in a while. You get hit in fake flipper. Yeah, it does, like, really weird stuff to you. Luckily, it's not that far to get back. And, well, same problem there. Okay, now I actually saw what happened there. Getting hit by that Snapdragon enemy there. Alright, so Homewrecker is just gonna rush Aga. I mean, this is fine, since get that Fire Rod, so might as well just get this out of the way. And this looks like this is... I don't think either run has checked the Gina, but this, yeah, very well could be your logical Dark World access. We don't have a glove. Although, I don't think either runner's checked front of escape, Agina, so we actually still have some checks that, we could actually just find a glove somewhere. Alright, so this climb doesn't look too bad so far. Yeah, we're just hoping there's no dead rocks. That would be really bad. Gonna have to get Powder or Quake. Alright, so it doesn't look like... Yeah, really not much on the climb. Ugh. Whoa, So's in. That's a pretty messy room there. Alright, so... That's fine. That's logical access to the back of escape. Yeah, yeah, took the key from the front, but I don't think it really matters in this case because the sewer key's in logic. Okay, so that's actually good for So, getting another bottle. So that's gonna get him that sword from Sick Kid. I'm not sure how many blue balls were on Aga 1, but didn't look like... I don't think it was that many. Probably maybe the average of 3 or something. Alright, so nothing on Pyramid Ledge. And red and blue pendants and thieves and TR. Ooh, that's a lot of rollers there. Yeah, so this can, you know... the Thieves Town being a pendant, that could be a little bit dangerous because, I mean, you probably just dip the front 4 and then maybe... probably may not even scout the boss or something. Yeah, we don't know what bosses are where, and there's no limit on how many we can find in a seed. Because I know I had one seed I commentated on that had, I think, like 4 blinds, literally 4 copies of blind, and then 3 copies of I think vitreous or something like that. So you know, we may not find any copies of a boss in the seed. Alright, so is immediately going to take that Master Sword, you know, straight to Aga. Just gonna, you know, eventually get to that Fire Rod in due time. And kind of be curious what this boss is in Pod, because if it's something like vitreous, that's gonna, the lack of those silver arrows is gonna bleed a little bit of time, because So has silvers, so be an easier fight there. Alright, so I don't think we've really seen anything in Pod so far. It's just the usual front load of keys. Oh, oof on that statue in the middle there. I got some of these like narrow passages with some tight squeezes there. Ooh, okay, compass. That useful for some intel there. You might get a look at what the boss is. Okay, so that is worth coming into pod. So, finding a flute. Okay, just look at that. Oh, the red crystal was in swamp. And, kind of curious what the boss is. I don't think we got a check on Homewrecker's side there. Looking like Homewrecker's just gonna go for a blind look at what the boss is. Yeah, I mean, if it's like another cold stare or a Trinex, I mean, this is not... There's gonna be a little bit of a time sink, actually. Alright, King's Tomb with just a small shield. Ooh, okay, that's very good for So to find there. And Magic Powder is actually potentially a big thing here, so that takes out issues with dead rocks. Alright, so nothing of... Just a blue potion on the bumper ledge, so probably not going to care about that too much. So picking up that fire rod, and oh yeah, see that's kind of why you wanted to do that map check there, because it was another cold stare. Yeah, that can't feel very good right there. Yeah, they did bonk rocks at the beginning. That was a bottle. Yeah, now the flute is good because that is our... That may be our mountain access right there. And so with the nice tempered sword, having a tempered sword, silver arrows, this is very good. Pretty much can steamroll any boss that can be taken out outside of the missing item requirements. Okay, so is just gonna take a look at the boss. Haven't really picked up much of anything yet in Skull Woods. Alright, some dead rocks there, but that's fine. Okay, Homewreckers finally picking up their damn items, mirror and silvers. Oh, and another cold stare. Okay, that's our third one already. It's kind of interesting. So it looks like I guess something with the cold stare, it takes out the conveyor belts because the room kind of gets a little weird. Okay, so Gina with just another shield. And, yeah, because I don't think Cold Stare has immunity to Gold Sword damage, unlike, Mothula. So, but I mean, Tempered Sword's already good enough there, so... Yeah, so hitting the good routing there because, you know, picking up that fire rod, just taking it right into Skull Woods, that you need fire rod to get to the back anyway. Able to get the full clear there. Yeah, this probably kind of messed up the room a little bit, but you know, if it takes out the conveyor belt, you're probably not going to complain about that. Alright, so the chess game with our single arrow. So Homewrecker is going to be picking up their powder. And so into Red Pendant Thieves. Now this one... probably just going to get the front four, maybe scout the boss, maybe. You know, it could be an item on the boss. Ooh, okay, that is desert access. Yeah, so very good for Soul on that one. That's desert access. That's gonna give Bomb's tablet. I believe that's well, it's not a full... No, Swamp can't do yet. And So's not gonna care about the boss. It looked like that was a Helmasaur. Hopefully we'll not have to go to the back of thieves, because that is not a good place to go to. Especially pendant thieves. Actually, even if it was a crystal, the back of thieves is a bad place to go, since you could just go to the boss directly. Yeah, I think even a Crystal Thieves Town, I mean, unless the boss is, like, vanilla blind, you're likely going to be ditching items in the back of Thieves, and that can easily burn runners. That's probably happened more than a few times. Alright, Homewrecker on there, Colts their fight, and taking advantage of those spikes to get that extra damage on there. Alright, Hype Cave, anything good today? Yeah, no, not very impressive, so given they probably don't need any more money, probably gonna have to give that a 0 out of 10 on that one. It's just nothing really useful. I mean, unless they have, they need to buy potions, I guess. Alright, so no access to Swamp unless Flippers just happens to pop up on this Bondo's tablet. Nope, this is a heart container. I mean, that's okay. Don't have, can't do Swamp without those Flippers. Yeah, Homewrecker, I don't think he did the big key chest. He's gonna find out he's gonna have to go back to that for that. Alright, first look into Desert. And we got... okay, I mean, if we had a glove, we could take out this level. Just another Helmasaur. A little bit intimidating, but again, tempered sword. You know, a couple of Lionels, not that big an issue. We're gonna need to be finding a glove at some point here. Big chest is... no, that's not the answer. At this point, both gloves could very well be on the mountain. Yeah, Back of Thieves is always an option. Kind of starting to run a... not really thin on checks yet. I think we still have some options. Ugh, not good to see that chain chomp there. Do 3 hearts of damage. Alright, so into pod, we'll be able to full clear this place, given the boss is just another cold stare. After that, and see where he wants to go, he's probably going to... he actually doesn't have really anywhere else to go. He's only got either Back of Thieves Town or Mountain. So it's likely going to be Mountain. Yeah, we're not gonna do the hover with that one. Got a wall master, that just does not make it any easier. Yeah, I think he actually got to the right side of that, and the wall master just said nope. Not gonna happen on that one. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, it's hard to see who has a definite advantage here. This might still be kind of have to see when they kind of converge. Not quite on that hammer yump there. It might be a little bit difficult with some of this setup here, and just the enemies are just gonna make it a little bit difficult to get the timing there. Yeah, okay, that was a... Mimic was just kind of being rude there. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask So about that one after this race. That's just crazy. He just went into that hover like it was nothing. Oh my gosh. I gotta think that's even harder than the other one. Because this one, I mean, kind of really going on an angle there. Oh man. Wise move to get that refill. Yeah. Could get a little bit dangerous here. Alright, so seeing that's just another... well, the roller's being a little bit rude there on the positioning. Alright, so deciding to do Eastern first. I mean, it is another cold stare, and I think this might be for more of the health refill. So I think in terms of bosses, I think the only thing the runners can't take out is Trinex at this time. I think every other boss can be dealt with. Alright, so So's gonna be trying to finish off Eastern. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Cold Stare just drops the compass just to kind of taunt the runners a little bit. Yeah, this room before the boss gets a little bit chaotic here. Oh, those flying guys can be a little bit annoying. Although apparently they can just fly off the screen enough that it counts. It counts that you know, if they're not on the screen, they're not there. Nice cold stare fight on So's end. No, it's just the map, so big key chest, I believe, has the compass. Getting a first look on the mountain. Ooh, hey, free shovel. Okay. Spec Rock Caves, nothing. Again, we're gonna need to find a glove at some point, and again, wouldn't be surprised if at least one, if maybe even both gloves might be on the mountain here. Alright, so ether tablet, just another heart container. Alright, so first look into Hera. Let's see what we got up here. And, okay, there's our flippers, okay. So that's, full swamp. Okay, you could easily have a glove in there, that's possible. So, yeah, those flippers actually put, hammer and, the other bow into logic. So silvers are in logic now. Yeah, that's kind of mean. I think logically you were supposed to double dip pod. Because you get your flute from pod, and if that's your only mountain access, you get that for flippers. And then you get your hammer, and then you go complete pod. Alright, nice cold stare fight there. And, ooh, okay. That's always going to be welcome. Speaking of half-cost magic from that cold stare. That will never be turned down, especially if we have to fight a Trinex at some point. Yep, okay, there's one glove. Okay, well, there's the ice rod. That's actually good to have. So now, I believe they can take out any boss that shows up. Alright, so So's going to the mountain. Be picking up, so we got a glove, we got flippers. So that gives a shortcut in to get the swamp. We're going to take a look at what the dig spot is. See if this is anything useful here. Nope, that's nothing. Yeah, some of these rollers are in some pretty bad spots there. Probably one of like the worst places to put it would be in Turtle Rock, the dark room basement, where you really don't have much control of where you can go. Get trapped on those rollers, and it really can. You're gonna need like Cape or Burna to help you get through those. Alright, so Homewrecker into Swamp. Yeah, I don't even think So got the big chest, which is just a compass. Alright, so taking out Vitreous. Okay, yeah, so the Hera basement has nothing, so that was already both items out of Hera, so that's good. The basement, I think it has the map, so don't really care about that. Alright, so So's into their Paradox Cave, getting their Ice Rod. So in terms of Go mode, let's see. They're gonna need mitts, and I'm wondering if that's it. They may not necessarily need Samaria. Oh boy. Well, luckily, yeah, that Ice Rod's gonna be hard required here. So luckily that was easy to find. There's our first Trinex. And just kind of the room kind of messes up the color palette a little bit there. Alright, but Trinex here isn't that bad. You know, it's an open room, so not a big issue. And I'm not sure how many items are still missing. Alright, so Spike Cave, just with Bug Net. Homewrecker is going to be going straight over to clear out Desert. Now it's gonna be a little bit trolly if, like, mitts are just sitting like vanilla. That'd be pretty trolly to do that. After all this, and you still have to go through the back of Thieves to get the other glove. It's gonna have Catfish check. Anything on Catfish today? Oh, never mind. There's the other glove. Okay. Oh, dang, that's... Oh, so the flute... The flute was your only access into... the mountain. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be vanilla mitts, but no, it was still a glove lock glove. Yeah, so okay, well that's a easy ending. We got gold swords, silvers, half cost magic. You know, it's not quite go mode for So. We don't know if Samaria is gonna be needed or not. Alright, both runners in. Back of Desert. Yeah, so the logic was kind of interesting. So you had to get the flute out of pod, and then that's your mountain access to get one glove. And Catfish is locked behind a glove, so you kind of forced to... Yeah, you use the flute for your mountain access. Alright, so Desert is, okay. A Helmosaur, that's not a big deal. Alright, easy fight there. Anything on the boss? No, just more money. Yeah, I mean, Samaria is kind of figuring where that could be. We know it just can't be in TR, so TR is completely dead. Pedestal's dead. Could be in the back of Thieves. Could be in GT. I mean, it could just be sitting in there. Actually, we don't even have medallions, so I mean, they could all just be sitting in GT for all we know at this point. Yeah, I'm not even sure if they even bothered to scout. I didn't even see what it was. I don't even think they scouted the medallion at all. Alright, we're gonna see what Pyramid Fairy has. I mean, maybe we could find at least, like, one medallion here or something. It's kind of interesting, we haven't seen any medallions yet. Alright, so Pyramid Fairy with nothing. I mean, probably the trolley thing you can do is put, let's say Meyer is whatever medallion's locked by and GT has that medallion, and then you have to go into Meyer to get Samaria for, like, right side big key on GT. I mean, that's probably the trolliest thing left that the seed could do. I mean, probably more likely, you're probably just gonna find the Kane, you know, find Samaria in GT or something. Alright, so Homebreaker is just going to take those mids straight into ice. Just listening to the music, I think it's on So's end. It kind of fits the level. It is a water music. That was a DKC 1, I believe. Yeah, that was like the water levels in DKC 1. Alright, so taking out Trinex. I mean, I haven't played DKC, at least the SNES ones, in a while. I mean, that's some really good music. I'm gonna go back and listen to that music. A lot of good soundtracks there. Jeez, that room gets a little bit chaotic. Good thing for safety items there for the cape. mean, So's just making that hovering look so easy there. Forget bomb jumps. He's like, don't need the bomb jumps, just skip that. Okay, nothing much of the boss, just an Argus. So, trying to think, what do we got? So we had three copies of Cold Stare. I think we got a Helmasaur, an Argus, Vitreous. So taking out ice. I'm trying to think of. I think they already cleared swamp. Yeah, they have all 7 crystals. So that's a. So he's just gonna rush the GT and just hope that Samaria is either not needed or it's just sitting on in GT somewhere. Alright, so So's on the way to GT. So we got the big key in one of these checks. Now, we don't have access to all 22 checks. I believe we have only access to 17. But you can still put your guesses 1 through 22, where you think the big key is going to be. Yeah, we never looked at Dark Death Mountain, and not gonna look in Hookshot Cave. Just gonna roll the probability here that Big Key might just be on, maybe like DM room or something, something early on the left side. Yeah, it took me a little bit to get what this was. I was like, I don't know, trying to think how it really fits in this place, but, whatever at this point. Four, 5, 6, 7, nothing. Alright, we're probably not wanting to see medallions. So, first medallion of the game. Alright, so that's 11, 12, 13 now. Uh-oh, this is, starting to get a little worrisome. Oh, okay, well, got a Mothula down here. Okay, sure. I mean, we'll take it. At least it's not like a Trinex on ice. At least not dealing with that. Okay, so let's see, 15 through 17. Oh, that is not good. This is gonna be a bit of a hunt right now, because we need Samaria. Alright, so hookshot cave, might as well go for the easy checks first. And of course it's not in the easy checks. Oh, this is not good now. Because they're gonna have to start checking out of the way places here. Oh, great, another medallion. Great. So, we still have MITS checks, so I do not think we've done Smith Chain yet. Let's see. Back of Thieves. Meyer, I don't know, I don't think we saw what access is. Oh no, Meyer area. Yeah, we haven't even looked at Meyer area yet. No, I don't think either run into left side swamp. And I don't know how many items are on there. It might be one at most. This can't feel good. And unfortunately, Homewrecker's kind of doing the same thing, and understandably so. This is what you probably should be doing, just going to GT. It's just, in this case, you're gonna need to find Samaria somewhere. At this point, they probably don't want to see Bombos, because that would just guarantee access into Meyer. Because at this point, you still have a chance that Meyer might still be locked out. Oh, never mind. Oh, no. Oops. Didn't want to say that one. Okay, so that's guaranteed access into Meyer. Alright. No, I think So has already checked the Meyer area, because if I remember, the Meyer shit had the other sword. So if he's gonna go back there, that's just to do... go into Meyer itself. So I think we're starting to run out of places to look at this point. So we've got left side swamp, back of thieves, mire, and let's see. Oh, So hasn't done the pyramid fairy, so we know that doesn't have it. So at this point, the race is still up for grabs. It's just who makes the right check at this point. Then gets Samaria. I mean, that's gonna feel pretty bad if it's like in the back of thieves, because that's just an awful place to check. So I guess looking at bosses, I don't think we... So, I don't think we've seen an Armos. I don't think we've seen Landmola. Moldorm. I don't think we've seen any of those. I think we've seen, like, all our Dark World bosses. I don't think we've seen any of the Light World bosses here. I mean, maybe they're just sitting in the Mire TR. Maybe the Climb has one of them. Alright, so we got our first look into... Oh, and this is Green Pendant. Green Pendant Mire, which isn't gonna matter. Green Panda can't have anything. Alright, so Homeworker is going to be looking into Mire area. Pretty sure they grabbed that... I think they just grabbed that ether off the floating island. Okay, there's that gold sword. Yeah, so Homeworker at least can group all these checks together. Oh boy, well there's Samaria. I wondered, did I actually mention that earlier on? Did I mention that I mean, GT didn't have the medallion needed, it was floating island, but you had to take that into Mire to get Samaria. Oh. Well, at least Homeworker is in the right direction, so he's actually not going to be that far behind, to be honest. Yeah, the chain here was a bit rude. Because it was, yeah, flute for mountain axis. You get one glove. You get flippers on there as well. So that would give you your hammer and catfish to get the other glove. Then you gotta go back to Dark Death Mountain to get Ether Medallion. To take that to Mire to get Samaria, man. And imagine after all this, it's still gonna be tile room. That'd be like absolutely rude. Okay, for a moment there, I thought of the man. Is it really going to be tile room? Like, that's been absolutely rude there if that was the case. So yeah, 21 ended up being the big key. So now we got our bit of a lower north there. I'm not gonna complain. It's good music. And Homeworker is going for the tile room first, which I do respect this move. You know, if you feel like you're behind, you know, try to make a play here. It's just unfortunate in this case it's not the right move. I mean, imagine if it had been, man, this would have been right back in. He would have right in the midst of the race here. Alright, so second try next. And actually the top of GT, I believe is limited. I think there's a number of bosses that actually can't be up there. Pretty much just rushing up the top. There's like nothing to look for at this point. They're pretty maxed out on gear. Ooh, more rollers. And another helmet store here, and you know, So's just gonna say nope to that. He's really shown some impressive hovering here and just saying nope to that helmet store. And that was kind of weird what happened in that room. There was almost like a ringleader in that one room there. It took out the whole room. Oh, that's not good for Homewrecker there. Taken up by that Trinex. So we saw what was like 3 Cold Stares, at least a couple of Trinexes, Vitreous. There was one Mothula. I don't think we saw. So we didn't see Armos, Landmola, Moldorm, Blind. I don't think we saw any of those. I mean, depends what was in Meyer and TR. So has safeties there. Got plenty of money. So's on phase 4. Should almost be done with this. There we go. So Ganon is down on So's side here. So get your GGs in chat for So. We'll be taking game 1 of this best of 3. First of 2 wins. And it's looking like Homewrecker may be going to finish this off, so it's not too far away. So a quick climb, and then, you know, Ganon shouldn't be too big an issue. Nice Helmosaur fight on Homewrecker there. It'd be kind of an annoying room just because of kind of a little bit of a lack of space to maneuver. Alright, so Homewrecker taking out Aga 2. On like the left side. In this case, it just happened to be on the right side. trying to see. Not sure if the bot is getting the invites out. So okay, wait, they might be starting to come in. Let's see if we can get them in. Okay, we got our winner here. So GG's.
GG's.
Okay, so what do you think of the bit of a seed, especially at the end there?
Yeah, I was hoping for the seed was looking great until mid game, but the first glove was nowhere to be seen until until mountain. That the access came really late. So I was just doing the whole overroad because since this is generated on door branch, right? It doesn't have the dungeon bias, so dungeons are really bad for looking for items, even having progression dungeons. Usually I just prefer to clear overroad. That's why I went to do a couple of checks, quick checks before going to swamp and ice, and then I found my mids goal. So I just figured out that I was gonna do just some of the checks along the way, to maybe stumble upon the Samara. And I was trying to do a couple of more checks there, but then I just saw that the Pinguator's room with the poking and all the beams. I was nope, not gonna not gonna spend my time here. So I just noped out, and fortunately, I made the right call at the end to go straight to Meyer, because I figured maybe home might have full cleared swamp and ice. So my best bet was just rushing Meyer, because I had 2 out of 3 medallions behind mids that I got kind of early, because I got it before swamp. So Meyer was my best bet, and if it wasn't a Meyer, I was going to do TT before returning to swamp or Riven Ice.
Okay, yeah, we got joined in by Homewrecker. GG's.
Hello, GG's. What a seed!
Yeah.
What a seed!
Especially towards the end there. Yeah, and both of you ran into GT, that's what you would expect to do. And I mean, I don't think really anyone would be going to Floating Island, get Ether, going to Pendant Mire, and searching for Samaria there.
Well, I'll tell you this. Like, after I didn't get it in GT, my first thought was, let's go to Mire. Maybe Quake opens up Mire, and I can get the cane out of there. It was the wrong medallion, but the right idea.
The thing is, the Samara would never be in Quake Mire, because Ice Spells was Samara Locket, so Samara locked all the GT, so GT couldn't have Samara, and nothing in GT could lead to Samara too.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think about that. Does make sense.
Yeah, that's why I said I was hoping a Quake Mire, so I would just bait and go straight to TT. Yeah, because there was a small key on the Ice Palace boss.
Yeah, no, I remember that. So it was either Floating Island or Hammer Pegs, because that had bombos. So that could have also been Meyer.
And since when I went to Mare, I never looked at the entry. I was I need to grab this Ether just in case. And when I saw that bomb then came out, oh damn, I need to go back and grab the bombas, because Samara could be in Meyer if that opens Meyer. But for me, the funniest thing in the whole seed was when I was in pod. Everything in pod was not letting me over. I was laughing real hard when that wall master came and grabbed me while I was was trying to hover the right side, and then when I was going for the big chest hover, the mimic just moonwalked and knocked me off. That was pretty funny. Never saw that. Yeah.
Just thought I was like, wow, that's really random. Man, everything's just getting in your way there. But I mean, on the other hand, I mean that hovering, I was like, I'm seeing the one on going to the right side before, but then the one you did go into the big chest, I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
The thing I tried to set the bomb jump, but I'm pretty sure I was in the right pixel, but I got knocked out of the rail, and then I'm not really sure what enemies makes your bomb jump fails there. I know that usually it's flying enemies, but maybe I'm misremembering about the anti-fairy. So I just figured I'm not gonna try it again and just go for the hover, but that mimic was a pain.
That's just so random.
I can't remember if there were.
in you.
Because I couldn't remember if there were flying enemies in the turtle room. That might have done it too.
Yeah, I can remember it. So I just I'm not gonna go the dark maze twice. So I just hover here, a quick hover, but then the mimic knocked me out of it twice. So yeah, it happens. That's the fun in Randomizer.
Yeah, for sure.
Just going through all the bosses, I don't think either of you ran into any Light World bosses. I don't think we saw Armos, Landmola, or Moldorm. No blind. I don't think we saw any blinds.
Yeah, no blind, no light world. Yeah, just the dark world. Two Helmas and 3 cold stairs.
Yeah, these cold stairs killed me in this seed. Holy cow! I gambled
Yeah.
Eastern early. I think I went to Pod before I realized I was going to the boss of Pod before I realized I had the compass, and then checked it like halfway down. I'm like, well, oh crap. Finally go and get the fire rod after that. Like I lost so much time to cold stare in the seed.
Yeah, I look it out a bit. I went early to Eastern too, but then I never touched Pod before doing the loop to grab my fire rod, because I figured, okay, Pod maybe have just my flippers to get my logical access, so I'm just gonna grab my fire rod and then try to beat both dungeons at the same time. And I was running out of magic in Schoolwoods, but the enemy there, I killed it and dropped the full magic right as I was falling down. So I had magic to do the Schoolwoods. So I like it out a bit on this.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually was concerned at one point that the flippers might have been like in Hyrule Castle, because I didn't go there at all. So I ended up doing that pretty late in the game. I had the flute at that point, so I wasn't thinking about the mountain, and I probably should have been. I did the rest of like Lower Dark World into Hyrule Castle at that point. I was just on a crazy flipper hunt before they just showed up in Hera. That hurt. That hurt a little bit.
Yeah, the seed kind of funneled you and Aga access, because I think you had to get there was exactly 2 swords to find. So luckily they weren't that hard to find, but exactly 2 swords. There was Sick Kid in the closet, Saha's closet, had the other sword. So you got funneled there. So that was your Dark World access, and then the whole mountain thing was weird because your flute was your logical mountain access. Then you had to get 1 glove, flippers, which would give you logical hammer. So you had to double dip Pod, logically. And then you get silvers for waterfall, and
that hookshot was so funny because my Zora didn't want to spawn, and I lost like 3 minutes trying to kill the enemies to make Zora spawn. And then when he sped the hookshot, I was so glad that I didn't bail out from Zora.
That would have been terrible.
Yeah.
I don't remember having. Yeah, I didn't have any issue with that. I wonder.
I think it's because the balloon guy exploded right. I was scrolling the trying
Okay.
because I was so afraid of getting hit that I made the long way. I jumped on land to take out the water walk. So
Sure.
all the sand guys spawned and then the balloon guy exploded. So was a mayhem
Overloaded the sprite
screen,
limit,
yeah.
I think. Yeah. Yeah, so Catfish had mid, so you had to like double dip up the mountain to get ether into it. Was kind of weird what it made you do.
Logically, it was pretty nasty this seed, but
Yeah.
But it was not that bad until some error.
Yeah, I'd agree. It wasn't bad, just, little running around, that's all. Hey, we got early boots, so
Yeah.
we can do the run.
Yeah, at least you had that, yeah. That was Lost Woods, that was literally for free, so okay, so any idea on game 2 yet? What mode you're gonna be going
Gonna
for?
be cross kicks tomorrow at noon Eastern time.
Yeah. About 13 hours from now, we'll be playing our game 2.
Take a quick break and we're gonna brawl again.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I will say this though, really quick. I can't believe I'm so sad that you banned Tile Swap. I was hoping for to raise some kind of terrible nonsense.
I'm trying to maximize my odds. My plan was gonna be just ban cross kits mostly, but then I saw people really playing a lot of Hades tile swap, and I was, oh crap. I might need to play some cross keys then.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Cross keys will be fun. I'm looking forward to it, like I said.
So good shout outs for Pixcalibur for commentating and everyone that made the restaurant happening. So I think that's it for us. Gotta take a good rest for tomorrow. And it's already 1 a.m. here. So thank you everybody. GG's home. See you tomorrow.
Yep, GG's. See you tomorrow.
Okay, so yeah, so GG's to both our runners here. So in Homewrecker, good race here. It actually was fairly close at the end, and you kind of see just kind of do a little bit of running around, but both able to finish the race. And shout out to Scrupula, the tracker, keeping us up to date on all our items here. SpeedGaming 3 chat, all the admins, tournament organizers, etc., making this restream possible. And looking at the schedule, there's a lot of games lined up for tomorrow. Let's see here. Actually, we have one. Looks like about in an hour. Looks like 12 a.m. Eastern. We got a Cross Keys game on SpeedGaming 2. If you want to tune into that one. Otherwise, tomorrow we got a bunch of games on the SpeedGaming 1, 2, and 3 channels. So keep an eye out for those, and any of those games you want to kind of follow along, and feel free to just tune into those games. But again, GG's to everyone, both runners here, and that should be about it. So I am Pixcalibur, and we'll see you guys in the next race.